Welcome back, Gems, to another wonderful episode of the Grateful Gem podcast. I'm your host, Jasmine Shannelle, and today's topic is going to be about being blindsided. So stick around because gems are definitely about to be dropped. So get ready. Before I get into this episode, I need everyone listening to this podcast right now to follow the podcast on IG at The Grateful Gem Pod and also follow me at Jasmine Shannelle. I'll spell everything out and put it in the episode notes. Okay, let's get started. Welcome back, Gems. I'm so excited to be recording this episode, and I know you guys know that I say that all the time, but I am genuinely happy to be able to do what it is I like to do, which is talk. But I'm really so serious about this. I want to be able to get the message out to the masses and just let you guys know where I am in life, and if you're there as well, that you're not alone. So I really appreciate each and every one of you, and I just want to say thank you. I really appreciate you listening in and tuning in to what it is that I have to say, and not only what I have to say, but what God has placed on my heart to say. So with that being said, let's get into this episode. I hope you enjoyed the What Are You Doing With What You Already Have series, part 1 and 2. Of course, if you haven't listened to that, please stop this recording and go back. Listen to that, because I guarantee you it's going to bless you. So today's topic, we're going to be talking about being blindsided. So I recently have been discovering that this year, as of January 1st, I have really been like my senses, my eyes, everything has just really been on 2020. So serious. I have been able to see things and realize things and put things together that I have honestly never been able to do before. And the time that I would have wasted in being blindsided or thinking that something was something else, I am no longer doing this year. And I'm so happy that I am so at a spiritual level in a heightened sense that I'm able to decipher those moments and to see and depict through what's really being done. I've had so many instances where I started off with people in the beginning of the year and I've left those people behind, relationships I've left behind. And it's just a journey, to be honest with you. It's just a journey. And I really feel like everyone needs this. This is not the time to be sitting around doing the same thing, wasting time with people that cannot better you. Wasting time on projects that have nothing to do with what you're supposed to be doing, or wasting your time around places that don't evolve you into the person that you're supposed to become. So I'm really excited to be recording this episode today, because I really hope that if this is something that you've been looking for, something or a sign that you've been praying for, this is your answer. Stop downsizing yourself. Stop blindsiding yourself to what it is that is really in front of you, and take things at face value. I recently came over a lot of my eyes being open, and I'm just like, wow. And for it to be honest, for a season, for a moment or so, I felt like, well, Jasmine, maybe you're just nitpicking everything. And I honestly just had to come back and say, well, no, I don't know. Because the things that I'm looking at make sense. This really makes sense. And what I did was I wrote about it. I journaled. I prayed about it to God. And I asked for him to reveal those things to me. If I was losing my mind, or if I'm just over picking things, or if I'm just overlooking something, I literally just asked for his guidance, because I didn't want to be blindsided anymore. I didn't want to walk around on eggshells for people that wasn't doing the same thing for me. And I feel like at the end of the day, God called us to be who we are. We don't have to depict someone else to be able to hang around people. Of course, there's always room for you to grow, but God would never send anyone in your life that you have to be someone else for. That is not going to happen. So I really feel like this is just the time and the wake up call that a lot of us need, including myself, because I've wasted years in relationships. I've wasted years in friendships with family members arguing over things. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying to just immediately cut people off, because sometimes you don't really have to cut people off. You can put them at a distance and put them in a place where they're supposed to be. Everyone's not your friend. Everyone isn't supposed to be as close to you as you have them. Somebody that's supposed to be 10 feet away to you shouldn't be 2 feet away. You have to protect yourself, protect your mind, protect your word, protect your value, because people will see your potential and they will feed off of that, especially when you don't really understand what your potential is. You have to be able to look at yourself and know that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, because God created you. And not only that, but you're a human being. You have a purpose. You are here for a reason. So when people can see that before you see that, it's a problem. And another thing that I want to touch on too is when people that are of God come to you and say, hey, or if you're not even come up to you, but you confide in someone. Say you confide in someone and you're not really sure what decision to make. And you confide in this person. This person's like, oh, God revealed to me that you're supposed to be doing this, or A of two choices, A or B. And they say, hey, you're supposed to be doing plan A. God revealed to me in a dream, or God revealed to me, it came so sudden, you were on my mind, and da-da-da. And the problem that I have with that is people do not go back to God. I cannot say this enough. People do not take that stuff back to God. You cannot seek validation from people. You need to validate that thing with the person and the creator that it started with. Stop letting people validate who you are, because they don't even know the real you. You're walking around here taking validation and getting life journeys and proclamations over your life from people that don't even 100% know you. They don't know the real you, because you only show them who you want to be around them. Let's be real with yourself. Be real and realize that how can someone that you're not comfortable about being around fully know what it is that you're supposed to do? They don't. And even if God did reveal something to them, you take it back to God and you let him confirm that. And don't let that person come back to you and keep confirming it. You wait for God to send you a confirmation on what it is that that person is telling you. Because I'm telling you, I cannot preach enough about how people are blindsided day in and day out about what it is that God placed them on this earth to do. You'll be sitting 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 2 years, a day. And that's a long time. 24 hours is 24 hours that you can't get back. 5 years is 5 years that you can't get back. What are you doing sitting 5 years in something, in a calling that you or someone else placed over your life? And when I say being blindsided, I don't mean just blindsided by not being able to see. No, I'm saying not being able to see what it is that God placed you on this earth to do. Not being able to see when people are manipulating you. Not being able to see your potential in yourself. So blindsided on all aspects. Know your worth and know that God created you. You have a purpose, and that purpose is confined and confirmed in God, not in people. Like, you seriously have to be serious about not only what God put you on this earth to do, but who God put you on this earth to be. And if you mess around and not realize how much one wrong mistake, or not mistake, but one wrong decision can impact you, you will be set back. One wrong decision can set you back for a lifetime. And people don't realize that. It can seriously set you back for a lifetime. If you're in a wrong relationship, say if, okay, you're dating this guy, it's been 7 years, and y'all have been dating, trying to work on the same issues that you guys have had from day one, and you're praying about it, and people are telling you, girl, he ain't all that bad, or boy, she the best thing that ever happened to you. But what happens when it's been 7 years and nothing is moving forward? You don't know if you're going to get married. You guys want to get married. But then again, it's just like, why marry this person when I can't even fully talk to you on a level where you understand me without getting feeling criticized? I don't really 100% trust you because of the things that you said in my past to hurt me and the way that you act out of maliciousness. I can no longer trust what it is that you're building on. And you're praying to God, you're asking God to bless this relationship, but nothing's changing. The signs that you keep getting from God, or the voice that you hear from God, is stirring, is telling you to move on and let it go. But the fact that people keep telling you and keep reminding you of that one good time y'all had out of 7 years, y'all had one good year, or y'all had 3 good years, the rest of them was just terrible. And you have to realize that people don't know what's best for you. To be honest, you don't even know what's best for you, because no one knows you better than God. So what happens when you're in a relationship for 7 years with this guy, and you meet the person that is supposed to be your husband, but because you're in a relationship for 7 years that's stagnant, and this guy has been there, or he may not even have tried to talk to you, he may just be there for as a friend, but this is who God has placed in your life, and he's the one that's telling you, hey, you deserve better, you deserve this, or she's the one that's telling you, you deserve better, you don't deserve this, and you're like, no, people just telling me, and he's trying to be, or she's trying to be that wake-up call, but you're not listening. So is it fair for that person to wait another 7 years? So that's 14 years. Is it okay for that person to wait 7 years for you because you're not ready? And don't get me wrong, because at the end of the day, what's meant to be will always be. So it don't matter how long it's going to take. If that's what God said is going to happen, it's going to happen. And either one or two things are going to happen. It's going to take longer for what you're praying for to come to pass, or God is going to force that relationship out of your life so that you can get into the correct relationship. So either way, you're going to end up where you're supposed to be anyway, but you determine the path that you're going to take to get there. And a lot of people don't think about that. They think about, oh, well, it's just, we going to live in the moment. YOLO. You only live once, which is true. You only live once, but you only live once. So you need to make this one time count, because at the end of the day, a decision that you make today impacts yesterday. It impacts the day after that. It impacts the day after that. The day before that. Any mistake that you make from here on out affects each other. It may not catch up with you next week or next year, but trust me, it will have you in a bind if you're not open and looking to see what it is that God is doing. You have to be so serious. Like, this is so serious. Like, this is a year where we're supposed to be living our best lives, living to our potential, not just what Instagram says is our best life, not what relationship goals on in Hollywood looks like, but what God called us here to do. And just apart from that, what God placed us here to do, what he called us to be, who he called us to be with. And at the end of the day, you have to be a reflection of the people that you hang around. So when you look at the people that you hang around, are they leaders leading you down the path that God will send you in? Or are there distractions pulling you away from where God is taking you? Like, I seriously want you guys to think about that. What are you doing? Or what decisions are you making in your life that are hindering the path that God has called you to be on? And what happens when you make a wrong decision in marrying the wrong person? Or what happens when you make that decision to accept the wrong job offer? Or what if you prematurely move out of town? What if you prematurely get into credit card debt? What if you prematurely tell someone you love them? What if everything you do is not at the right moment? What happens? It's going to be delayed. And that's serious. Like, if you think about that on another level, that's serious, because everything, that's just like right now, me recording this for you. What happens if I post this too soon and not enough people can relate to it? What if I post this and no one relates to it? What if I post this and I just don't think it's worth posting, so I delete it so people never hear it? But this is what people need to hear. Like, every decision that we make has an outcome. It has a consequence, whether good or bad. And to be blindsided is so detrimental. You have to be able to see through what people can. Your mind has to be worked. Don't let someone or something blindside you from where it is that you're supposed to go. Because the foolish will follow a fool, but the wise will become wise or gain wisdom. That's in the Bible. I don't know what scripture it is because I don't know the Bible by heart. But I know it's in there. That's just like bad character corrupts good character. You are who you hang around. Whether it's your attitude, your looks, the way you act, things you like, you are the company you keep. And if the company you keep is not a good reflection of you, what does that say about you? Because there's something that's drawing you to that person. There's something that's there. And you have to realize where to place people in your life. They don't place themselves. You place them. You're the placeholder in your life. You align who's supposed to be where. Who's supposed to be close. Who's supposed to be far. And who is supposed to be in and out or out your life. You decide that. You don't let people decide whether they're going to stay in your life or not. Because first of all, if somebody is not willing to be a part of your life for the long term, if you have a person that keeps leaving and coming and leaving and coming, you need to really decide, is this person for me? What am I gaining from this relationship? And 9 times out of 10, you'll find yourself in a predicament where you learn that, it's been several years and this person has just left and gone and left and gone. And to be honest, I can't sit here and think of past one good thing that is coming out of this relationship. Or one good thing that this person has involved me to be. So I seriously want you guys to take it serious. Stop being blindsided. That's like when you go to church. Let me tell you. There are so many times where I've been to church and the message don't be about nothing. They don't be up there preaching about nothing. And literally the pastor will get up there and it's like, all right, church, you got one person. Yes, pastor, you better preach. Well, what did he say? He haven't even started preaching yet. And you have people that literally, I cannot count how many funerals I've been to. People, you just like, what did he say? This was the funeral message? Oh, it's terrible. Or a Sunday service. I can't tell you how many churches I've visited. When I was looking for a church, it was like, I thought I would never find a church. Because there was churches that I could go to, I could relate to, but it just wasn't enough for me. And then you got the church that you go to. You got everybody shouting, but you don't know what's going on. You don't know what they preach about. You don't know what they sing about. You just don't know what's going on. And that, like, you got to be a person that's woke in a room with people that sleep. Literally. Because people will literally corrupt you and literally take advantage of the potential that they see in you. And it's sad because I can't really honestly go into detail about a situation that I've encountered, honestly, without stepping on some toes. But I really feel like, this was something that needs to be said, because you have to be intentional with the company you keep. Be around people that are meaningful to you. Be around people that are willing to build you up, not build you down, or not just take what you have for their own good. Be able to decipher whether this person is sent from God or if this is a distraction from the devil. Be able to decide that. Don't let circumstances and people dictate how they turn you to be, how your outcome turn. No, we're not doing that. You decide who you are and what you aren't. You decide that, not anybody else. You. I really hope you're listening, because I'm telling you, I can't say how many times I see that. And it's just like, you ever been in a room where there's a preacher, not even a preacher, let's just get off the Christian soapbox, but let's get back to reality. Have you ever gone to an event where there's a message Everybody else got the message, or 50% of the people got the message, and 50% of the people like, yeah, I don't agree with nothing she just said. And in your mind, it's like, when you talk, and imagine your friend being the 50% that understood and was like, girl, she was bringing it, she really told us, and you like, girl, she didn't say nothing about nothing that was supposed to be said. She literally went on and on and on for 2 hours about the same topic, and y'all just shouted in different sentences. That's how it is, being blindsided. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've sat in a room with a room full of people that cannot decipher between genuine and ingenuine between people. And I've literally sat in a room and I'm like, are you serious? But what I will say is how you can get through this. This is what I did. So, for one, I gathered my thoughts and I wrote them down. I wrote out how I felt. I wrote out what happened, what made me feel this way. And then I prayed about it. I talked about it to God. And I just said, am I tripping? Is this me? Is this not me? Because let me tell you something. In the beginning, it could be all good. But watch how things go after the beginning. That first date, or that first time y'all hang out, that first time y'all meet up at the event, the first time y'all go to church together, watch how it changes. The third time is different from the first. The second time is different from the first. The first time is different from the last. Like, you seriously have to be able to understand, because let me tell you, a mind is a terrible thing to waste, and it's a terrible thing to have somebody else control. You need to be the one that make your decisions, and God needs to be the one that creates those decisions for you. Let God lead you. You got people out here. That's like, I did my 3-day fast. I did a 3-day fast for a while, maybe like 2 weeks ago. And one of my things was for a business accountability partner. And I literally was at awe, because I kind of figured God had already placed this person on my heart. But again, I wanted to confirm that God was telling me this. So I did a fast. I prayed about it. Day one, that was my thing. Lord, please send me a business accountability partner, someone that can hold me accountable for the things that I'm doing, someone who can keep me on stand, someone I can keep on stand, someone that I can lift up in the time of need, not only in business, but in life. Someone I can do life with that understands me and I understand them. Let me tell you. Let me tell you how God works, okay? I'm sitting at work and me and this person, we're talking. And this is already a friend of mine. So we're talking and we're Skyping and, going back and forth. And some way, somehow we got on the topic of accountability partners. And I was like, you know what? I said, girl, let me tell you. I said, what I want you to do is take this and I want you to pray about it. I want you to pray about it, and when God confirms it, you confirm it, and you know that this is what God is telling us. We're gonna move forward if that's what you want to do. Literally, later on that week, she wrote me. She was like, "Hey, girl." Like, I was thinking about what you said the other day, and something happened today, and I was talking about accountability partners, and I was telling somebody that you were my accountability partner, and it just slipped out so easily. And she was like, there was no question about it. She was like, now I just need to confirm with her if this is what she want to do. And I was like, man, like, that's what's up. Like, God will answer you, man. I'm telling you. It may not be right away, because, like I said in my last episode, I did a 3-day fast and God only answered one prayer. Literally, he answered this the same day, but confirmed. No, he answered this the next day, but confirmed it on the third day. So, God can answer that as soon. God knows the answers to your prayers. He knows the answer to your questions. He got you. But it's about timing. He's going to reveal things to you in the right time. So if you're praying about something that you haven't gotten the prayers answered, just know that it's going to be coming in due time. God will reveal those things to you. And if you haven't listened to the last podcast episode, rewind this and go back, because I talk about that. So we're not going to bring that in this episode. But anyways, yeah. God revealed that she was my accountability partner. Like I said, I already kind of had a feeling that it was going to be her. And again, even though I felt that, I fast forward, I prayed about it, I journaled about it. It was brought up that same day. It was brought up the next day. We talked about it. We confirmed that we was accepting of each other for us to be accountability partners. Now we needed God to confirm it. So not only did I feel it, I wrote about it. I prayed about it. Confirmed it to her, mentioned it to her, prayed about it. I'm sure while she was praying with me, she prayed about it as well, and God confirmed that in her. So I just feel like, imagine had I said, girl, God led me to tell you that you was my accountability partner. Like, what? I didn't pray. I didn't journal. I didn't ask God. I didn't do anything that I needed to do to make sure that confirmation came from God. That wasn't God. That was me. Even if I had a feeling of 100% in my spirit, if God did not confirm that thing, and you can't stand here and say God confirmed it, don't be telling people God confirmed that, and you don't be using God's name in vain. Because if he didn't tell you that, he didn't tell you that. I don't care how you put it. He did not say that. So be intentional. Pray about it. God will answer you. You think about dating somebody, pray about it. Journal about it. Write about it. And let me tell you what I also did. I waited. When it came to us talking or like anything. And it's funny because when me and her, literally, our thoughts be like A1, like so in sync. I'm like, this girl is the exact same person as me. Like literally, we're going through pretty much the same stuff right now in life. We have pretty much the same thoughts in life. I think with both of us, we both, instead of bringing it to both of us, we wait. And I'm like, I literally will have a conversation with my sister about something. I'm like, you think I should tell her? And I'm like, you know what? No, I'm going to wait. If she bring it up, I'll say something. Because I know that if you bring it up first, that means our minds are on the same page. And I'm not just going to let you bring it up and then I'm going to start spinning. No, I'm going to listen to what you're saying. If what you're saying adds up with what I'm saying, then we're on the same page. So I'm not going to wait to be manipulated or to manipulate you. I want to make sure we're on the same page because I want to make sure we're in agreement of what's being said. So that's honestly how it has been with me and her. It's a lot of things that we're both going through, and there's a lot of things that happen, and I don't say anything right off the bat because I'm like, I don't want to cloud anybody else's judgment about anything, anyone, any circumstance. Because my situation, and this is another thing, you guys need to realize your situation is not my situation, and my situation is not yours. Even though me and her are going through the same things, there's so many differences in this scenario. So advice that I would give myself, I can't 100% give to her because I don't know what God has for her. It's like if we're both having relationship problems, God may be finished with me and my old relationship, but God may still be working on her in her relationship. So I'm not going to sit here and tell her, girl, let him go. He ain't the one. Because God could really be doing something in him right now that's going to continue to confirm that he is the one. And if I'm in your ear telling you, girl, he not the one, let it go, I'm steering you wrong. I'm clouding your mind. I'm blindsiding you into what I think you should do. So I really think that you guys got to get serious. Get serious. And in this podcast, I am so serious about this, y'all. I pray that you guys are not being blindsided with business deals, with relationships, with family, with friends. I don't care who it is. If it did not come from God and you can't confirm it with God, do not sign yourself to it. I'm telling you, don't sign yourself, because you will be living in years, months, days, and hours of regret. And those are times that you cannot get back. I would rather say I was blindsided for one day than to say I was blindsided for 5 years. So, yeah, that's today's episode. Just remember, stay clear, keep your eyes open, And when people, Maya Angelou said it best, when people show you who they are, believe them. Don't make excuses for them. Don't think what you have or what you think that person is saying or what that person is doing. Take what they're doing and what they're saying at face value and line that up with what God said to you. If it don't match and you can't confirm it with God, the best bet you have is to let it go. It's going to be hard. I ain't sitting here telling you it's not going to be hard. Y'all know my last relationship, I literally tried it for a last time, and guess what? I'm single. I told y'all that. I'm not playing around. There's been so many instances that happen between him and I just cannot. I don't agree with it. When I pray about it, it don't line up with God. I don't know if it's 100%, 1,000% done, but I know right now for me, what God showed me and what he showed me don't line up. They don't match. So guess what? I had to let you go. You know, it's easier to smile about it, but at times it has its moments. But I tell you what, the obedience, God honors obedience. God blesses what you prepare for. I done told y'all this. Mike Todd done told y'all this. God blesses what you prepare for. You prepare yourself for what you're praying for. So yes, God blesses what you prepare for. Thank you guys for tuning in to this episode. I'm so excited. I hope you get some good gems out of this. I'll see you on the next one. Stay blessed. Stay shining as the gems you are. Bye.